Good morning or good day. I'd like to show you my photo booth that I use for photographing small items to list and sell on eBay. And I'll describe this a little bit and show you some pictures, and perhaps it would be a help to you if you do something similar to this. Well, it's made of I think it's four fluorescent type of bulbs up in the top, connected to an adapter that holds the four bulbs and then goes into a porcelain type of light fixture. And if I was doing this all over again, I might do this part a little bit differently because it does take up a lot of room. I might just use strip lights and make an LED panel and have that overhead over the item. There's YouTube videos that explain how to do this, and I made a LED panel out of two 5-meter strip lights, and it's working out okay for lighting me during this video. So I think I would do that if I was doing this all over again. And then I'm just using foam board or poster board, white, for the background and to put the item on. And then I have these little reflectors that I built. Since the light is all coming from one direction overhead, I have these reflectors that I can kind of position. I don't move them too much, I just kind of leave them right here, but I could position them. And that reflects a little bit of light back up on the item that I'm photographing. And then the whole thing here, the idea is for it to be comfortable, so it's like at the right height for me if I'm standing, and then I have all this room underneath, so I made a place here for a desk underneath it. When I'm not using it as a photo booth, I will use it for a desk. And then on the other side, I put in some shoes. Not shoes, but shelves to hold shoes or whatever it is that I might be photographing, and just to kind of keep things organizing. And the whole thing is on wheels, so I can kind of move it around the room. And when I'm not using it, I can just stick it in the corner. I use this room here for a guest room sometimes, and I can roll that photo booth and desk and everything into a corner and put up an airbed in here, and if we have guests, we have a place for them to stay. So that's my photo booth. It's worked out really well for me, and I'm pretty happy with the photography that I'm getting. I think there's always room for improvement. If I was going to make improvements, I would probably try to figure out some way to add a little bit more of a light from the front rather than just strictly overhead. That might be an improvement, it might not. I haven't tried it. One thing I didn't mention is between the light, the fluorescent tubes, and the item, I put in like a piece of plastic to kind of diffuse the light and soften it and spread it a little bit. I got that at Home Depot. It's the pieces of plastic that they normally use with fluorescent lighting on ceilings. If you have those overhead drop-down ceilings and you have the different panels, and sometimes if there's fluorescent lighting, there'll be that clear kind of material that kind of diffuses and spreads the light a little bit. So I used that too. And that's about it. If you decide to try to make something like this, I wish you well. the materials that I used are pretty simple. I use 5mm sheeting, which at Home Depot's only about I don't know, about $12 a sheet for a 4x8 foot sheet. And then I use 1x2s, which are inexpensive, and 2x2s. And then I use a lot of wood screws or some, drywall screws, some kind of screws, and then the wheels. I bought the wheels off of eBay, and so there you go. I wish you well.